Are Arsenal suffering from imposter syndrome? What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video here on the Cup Chasers. Go ahead and get the like, subscribe if you're new. Of course, thanks for being here. Get the notification bell on as well. Imposter syndrome. Arsenal. Are we suffering from it here in these knockout stages in the Champions League? First of all, let's go ahead and pop up what exactly is imposter syndrome. The Oxford definition is the persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved or has been legitimately achieved as a result of one's own efforts or skills. Now, the reason I think we have imposter syndrome is because the nervousness, the panic, the overall desperate nature of both the Porto tie and the Bayern tie so far have shown an absolutely baffling lack of belief in our own abilities and our own philosophies and our own way of playing can be effective against the likes of Porto, against the likes of Bayern Munich. Now, in the past, I have, kind of taken note and made mention of the fact that Arteta maybe doesn't seem to, take these perhaps, cup competitions that he might say are lesser, seriously. And on closer inspection, if you look up, there's some of our results in FA Cups and Europa Leagues over Arteta's tenure. And there have been some really poor results. Lost to Forest, lost to Southampton, lost to City and Liverpool in the past two FA Cups. We lost to Olympiacos and Villarreal and Sporting Lisbon in the Europa League. Now, yes, there were some injuries last season, but it's interesting that, in these knockout games, you could say we didn't necessarily take them seriously, but you could also say we were nervous over those years. Go back to that Forest game that was in the All or Nothing documentary, and at the end, Arteta is saying that was terrible. Well, frankly, it was, and the fact that we haven't gone on to win any of these cups, haven't really taken them seriously and really put the impetus forward. And I say that because of the lineup versus Manchester City last year, wherein we actually were the better team, but still lost to an Ake goal. The fact that we missed all kinds of chances this year in the FA Cup versus Liverpool and then took the loss. The fact that we couldn't win at home versus Olympiacos, Villarreal, or Sporting Lisbon in the Europa League. It's all adding up. It's all adding up to the fact that we're just nervous, panicky when in knockout situations. You can even go back and reference the league and how some of our performances at the end of last season made us look nervous, panicky. Ball jobs, as they say. Now, I think that if you look at both of these games in the Champions League so far this season, 0 shots on goal away to Porto, no fluidity, panicked clearances instead of bringing the ball down from both Saliba and Gabriel. When we play in the league, even away, take a look at the Brighton game. When the ball is flying through the air and there's no pressure on Gabriel or Saliba, they bring it down and they play it around. Why don't we do that in the Champions League? Why are the fans in the Champions League, and I'll reference the Porto game where the Porto fans could be heard at the end of the home tie and not the Arsenal fans, why are we not being loud and raucous for the entire game, no matter what the nervousness is? You can hear the commentators in these games making points about the different atmosphere at different times in these games. Why is it not 100% crazy for 90 minutes? I honestly think that there's a little bit of a lack of belief that we can win these tournaments, that we can win the Champions League. People are saying this is the worst Bayern team in 14 years and the best Arsenal team in 14 years. Why do we not go out on the pitch and show it? Why do we not go out on the pitch and be like, yes, we 100% deserve to be here. We 100% deserve to be at the top of the Premier League. We 100% deserve to be second favorites for Champions League, third favorites for Champions League, whatever we are right now. But when we go out onto the field, we're nervous. We look like we don't think we belong to be here. And I personally think it starts with Mikel Arteta. His nervousness and his desperate changes at halftime seep into the team. There's a clear lack of strong, calm mentality. And it comes from Arteta and it seeps into the players. Does Bukayo Saka not think he can round the keeper and beat Davies 1v1? Or it was Lamier, actually, who got back on the penalty shout at the very end of the game. Why does he not go around him and slide it home? Why is he immediately, when he sees Neuer coming out, why is he thinking of going down for the pin? That's the first thing he thinks. You can tell because he plays for it. He throws his leg out there. And it's all a symptom of, it seems like we don't think we belong to be here. We have not seen Arteta ball in 3 attempts. Even away to Lens in the very first away match of the Champions League, we were nervy, like we didn't think we belonged to be there. Why is it like this? Why? We played both knockout ties according to Porto's style, and we played on Tuesday according to Bayern Munich's style. We're not imposters. We belong to be here. Our mistakes against Bayern were our own. Neither Bayern nor Porto were great against us, but we let them dictate the game. Why are they deciding what the nature of the games are? We, on paper, are the better team. Do we not deserve to be here? Have the last 18 months not proven to the team, the manager, and the fans that we once again belong in these kinds of games? That's all that's left for this Arsenal team. That's all that's left is belief, is the mentality, the strength that we deserve to be here. We deserve to be champions. We deserve to be competing at the top of the Premier League, at the top of the Champions League. Arteta's got to figure it out. We got to stop being afraid to lose. That's the biggest thing. Of course we belong to be here. We're not imposters. We have to stop being afraid to lose and that we, in fact, deserve to be here. Arteta's got to figure it out. If we go to Germany and put in a Herculean performance and lose on pens or a close game, great. We gave our best. We've represented the club. We've represented the badge proudly. But to go and capitulate to the nerves and the occasion will be embarrassing. This team is amazing, and we've seen it over the course of last year. There's only one more step to take. You have to believe, Mikel Arteta, you have to believe that we belong here, and we are, in fact, not imposters. That's all it takes. This team is fantastic, and there's only one more step to make us champions. You got to believe. Come on, Arteta. Come on, Odegaard. Come on, Rice. Come on, Saka. Come on, boys. Come on, you Gunners. All right, people, that's it. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Of course, thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Get the likes up as well. And if you're enjoying all the content, go ahead and get that little notification bell on so you know when the next one is coming. Of course, thanks for being here. Thanks for listening once again, and you will see me next time.